Okay. We're on.
We're on.
Good morning.
Morning. Lesson 93.
Well, it looks pretty snowy behind you there. Is that snow I'm seeing?
Outside, out front.
Yeah, not on your couch, no.
Yes. Yeah, we got 4 inches last night. It's quite lovely, little snowy winterland outside. I'm enjoying it immensely. Yeah.
Good. Oh, I'm sitting here with my heaters. I've got 2 heaters next to me.
Nice.
One for my feet and one for the chair here. So
Really?
It's lovely. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I haven't ascended yet.
Well, come on up, sis. The sky is clear up here. What's taking you so long? Come on now.
There's an old saying that a dear friend of mine used to tell me, and that was, you get it real quick after a while.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
It's like me with the course, right?
Yeah. It's all simple after 5, 6, 20 years.
Yeah. So today we're going to be doing lesson 93.
Yes.
Light and joy and peace abide in me. Imagine if we really believed this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if in every moment we believed we are the light. In other words, we are the light, right? And we're also the joy and the peace, and that they not just abide in us, but we actually live out from that love, that joy, and that peace all the time. Right. And we know that we're completely invulnerable. So we're immune to the darkness of the ego thought system. Just imagine. Whoa, what a party. Okay, light and joy and peace abide in me. You think you are the home of evil, darkness, and sin. You think if anyone could see the truth about you, he would be repelled, recoiling from you as if from a poisonous snake. Wow, that's a bit rich, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, but it's true. Yeah. You think if what is true about you were revealed to you, you would be struck with horror so intense that you would rush to death by your own hand, living on after seeing this being impossible. Living on after seeing this being impossible. Okay, fair enough. Wow, instant suicide, sis.
That's right. We'd want to kill ourselves.
Wow, if we were to, what he's saying is if we were to stop still and go within to look upon our inner altar, figuratively speaking, that we would be struck.
Yeah.
Well, struck dead by horror, so intense. You've got to laugh, all right? But that's the thought of the ego, the false self.
And I think it's helpful, sometimes I've taken such a deep dive into, hell, that it was necessary to see it, because until you really see it or get in touch with the intense shame that I am shame, I am guilt, I am, evil incarnate, I have done the unforgivable. And this is all intellectual level. When I saw that every death that we see is because we want it there, and that's probably more for a later date, but that when we wanted to separate from life, it was the desire then to experience death, and we see it outspread across the world, and that we wanted it there. And because we wanted it there, it seems to be there. I mean, these are some of the things that we need to get really honest about and allow ourselves to come into contact with, because only through that direct contact with, the darkest of the dark will we want to let it go. Because otherwise, ego is very happy to keep us lukewarm, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, so we're never really going to make the shift. But you really look at this, what he's saying. You think if what is true about you were revealed, you would be struck with horror so intense that you would rush to death at your own hand.
That's a bit,
You got to trust what he's saying if you haven't had a direct experience of it yet, but it's pretty horrific. But it's also happening for our good, because you want to see what it is that you are sidling up with and what it's costing before you'll change your mind.
Would you say that's true for yourself?
Oh God, yes. Yes. All across the board, yes. So grateful for the really bad, difficult times. Not at the moment, but I can see that I needed to experience what I did so that I would make a different choice. Absolutely.
And I have to agree with you. My experience was the same. I had to go there and look upon that. But you know what? We're not dead.
No.
What a miracle.
We survived it, and we're here to tell you about it.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we survived. All right. So paragraph 2, these are beliefs so firmly fixed that it is difficult to help you see that they are based on nothing. That you have made mistakes is obvious. That you have sought salvation in strange ways, have been deceived, deceiving and afraid of foolish fantasies and savage dreams, and have bowed down to idols made of dust. All this is true by what you now believe. Right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Paragraph 3. Today we question this, not from the point of view of what you think, but from a very different reference point, from which such idle thoughts are meaningless. These thoughts are not according to God's will. These weird beliefs he does not share with you. This is enough to prove that they are wrong, but you do not believe that this is so. Well, not yet anyway, but we're getting there, right?
Right.
Next paragraph. Why would you not be overjoyed to be assured that all the evil that you think you did was never done? That all your sins are nothing? That you are as pure and holy as you were created, and that light and joy and peace abide in you? Why wouldn't you be? No, why wouldn't you be overjoyed to be assured of all of this, right? That's what he's asking.
Yeah, and something that just came up. I don't know. Do you want to provide the shield of fear diagram? Because I think this is really.
Yes, good. Yeah. Well, do you have it there? Sorry, I don't think I have it in my stash. I've got lots of other diagrams. Which one do you want? I'll tell you what. I've got lots.
No, I've got it. I just this just popped into my awareness, and here it is.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
And I didn't know if you wanted to just attach it as a resource and they can look at it, or do you want to talk about it here? Like I can share my screen.
Could you share your screen? Is that okay?
Yeah, hang on a second. On the fly, here we go. Here's the shield of fear diagram. We have actually brought this up before, but I think it really goes to what Sis is reading, what Jesus is talking about. Again, remember, we're identified with the center. This is the ego, mythical me. What we really are is this outer ring, the number 4, the holy self, and where we would experience the happy dream and true perception. this blackened ring is what we call the shield of fear. And the ego, mythical me, spends its whole life lamenting this shield of fear. I've got problems, I've got sickness, I've got lack, I've got conflict. I'm constantly struggling. But Jesus is asking us to look at this. And while we're sitting there saying that life is so hard, and I'm really, a pile of crap. I'm guilty. I'm worthless. We all have this deep shame and unworthiness running in the bunker, and we think we don't want it. But without this ring of fear or shield of fear, what would happen? What we think we are would make contact with the light of what we are, and mythical me would cease to exist. So he's saying, you guys think that this is really what you are, and you think that if God saw what you have, think that you've done, that you would be punished. But really, guys, what you're truly afraid of is that when you finally figure out what you are in truth, the dream has to go. So while we're invested as mythical me, we want the shield of fear. When we want to awaken, we will transcend this shield of fear and become know the holy self. So light and joy and peace abide in you as your holy self. And this mythical me is the belief that you are the antithesis of those, hell incarnate. And it's that shield of fear that protects that belief. I don't know, did I say that right, sis?
Yeah, that's really good. And the other thing, thanks, sis, is that shield of fear and all the crap that happens in there, in the shield of fear. By the way, in that shield of fear is the dream of physical death. That belongs in there as well. We won't go into that, but that's where that belief is in death. All of that doesn't show up on God's radar. So every wrongdoing that we believe we partook in, that we did, doesn't exist. All of it, it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in God. There is no sin. If there was sin,
right.
If sin was real, there would be no God.
And that's right out of paragraph 3. These thoughts are not according to God's will. He does not share these weird beliefs with you. This is enough to prove that they are wrong, right? So that's the inner part. Okay.
Fantastic.
Should I stop the share?
So our job here, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, sis.
You're good?
Yes. So I think you're on 5.
Where am I up to?
We just finished paragraph 4.
Well, paragraph 4, there's still another sentence or two.
Okay. Why don't you start again at the top of 4?
Okay. Why would you not be overjoyed to be assured that all the evil you think you did was never done, that all your sins are nothing, that you are as pure and holy as you were created? And that light and joy and peace abide in you. Your image of yourself cannot withstand the will of God. Whoa. Your image of yourself.
Yes.
Mythical me, the false self, cannot withstand the will of God. You think that this is death, but it is life. You think you are destroyed, but you are saved.
So what is destroyed and what does die?
The black ring.
Right.
And the self that
right.
needs the black ring of sin and guilt and fear, right?
Right.
To sustain itself.
Nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. So what you are can never be destroyed or diminished, but what you thought you were is going to be discarded in the light.
Or subsumed by the light, right?
Subsumed by
because
the light.
what we think we are as the ego and the body is darkness.
Mhm.
And so the more we're open and willing to see and be the light,
Mhm.
well, the light subsumes the darkness. That's what happens. It
Yes.
just kind of evaporates, right?
Right. And we won't know that joy and peace abide in us absent this light, which we've been talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paragraph 5. The self you made is not the Son of God.
What?
No,
Dang it. I've tried so hard.
I know. See,
I've
you
been
try
the perfect student. I've done everything by the book.
exactly. Don't you worry. I went through that too. Oh my God. You know, the spiritual self that busts its ass to please God, right?
Yes.
And to earn its little brownie points and all of that. That self is still the spiritualized self, you know,
That's right.
and it doesn't exist. It's still
Mm,
mythical me. You know all about that, sis, and I do too.
I do.
Yes. So the self you made is not the Son of God. Therefore, this self does not exist at all.
Not even
And
a little bit?
what?
Okay.
What did you say?
I said not even a little bit?
No,
Okay.
no,
Just
no,
checking.
no, not a bit, not 1%. And anything it seems to do and think means nothing. It, the self, is neither bad nor good. Hmm. It is unreal and nothing more than that.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
It does not battle with the Son of God. It does not hurt him nor attack his peace. It has not changed creation, nor reduced eternal sinlessness to sin and love to hate. What power can this self you made possess when it would contradict the will of God? Well, I mean, that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Wow.
Thank you, Father.
Over and over, this must be repeated until it is accepted. It is true. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Nothing can touch it or change what God created as eternal. The self you made, evil and full of sin, is meaningless. It's meaningless because it doesn't exist, right?
And God can't take knowledge of it. It's meaningless. It has no meaning.
Thank you. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God, and light and joy and peace abide in you. Salvation requires the acceptance of but one thing, you,
Hold it.
not what you made of yourself. What have you got, sis?
There was a
Hello?
delay. There was a delay in the recording. So can you just start 7 again?
Sure. Just hold on here. I think there's something going on with the internet, yeah? So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I on?
The
Yes?
the audio's
Am I
delaying.
here? Or
The audio's delaying a little bit. It's a little dragged.
okay. Open this chat room for a second.
Are you going to chat with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Salvation requires the acceptance of but one thought. You are as God created you, not what you made of yourself. Whatever evil you may think you did, you are as God created you. Whatever mistakes you made, The truth about you is unchanged. Creation is eternal and unalterable. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. You are and will forever be exactly as you were created. Light and joy and peace abide in you because God put them there. In our longer exercise periods today, which would be most profitable if done for the first 5 minutes of every waking hour, we will begin by stating the truth about our creation. Light and joy and peace abide in me. My sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Then put away your foolish self-images and spend the rest of the practice period trying to experience what God has given you in place of what you have decreed for yourself. You are what God created or what you made. One self is true, the other is not there. Try to experience the unity of your one self. Try to appreciate its holiness and the love in which it was created. Try not to interfere with the self which God created as you by hiding its majesty behind the tiny idols of evil and sinfulness you have made to replace it. Let it come into its own. Let it come into its own. Here you are. This is you. And light and joy and peace abide in you because this is so. You may not be willing or even able to use the first 5 minutes of each hour for these exercises. Try, however, to do so when you can. At least remember to repeat today's idea each hour in this form. Light and joy and peace abide in me. My sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Then try to devote at least a minute or so to closing your eyes and realizing that this is a statement of the truth about you. If a situation arises which seems to be disturbing, quickly dispel the illusion of fear by repeating the idea again. Should you be tempted to become angry with someone, tell him silently, light and joy and peace abide in you. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. You can do much for the world's salvation today. You can do much today to bring yourself closer to the part in salvation God has assigned to you. And you can do much to bring the conviction to your mind that the idea for the day is true indeed. Light and joy and peace abide in me.
Thank you.
Well, that's just lovely beyond words.
That's the truth.
You know, just tied in again about let it come into its own. Let God come into its own. Stop defending with some false image of yourself, but in deep humility, accept what you are, and that light and peace and joy abide in us because God placed it there. Allow God to be God right where you are. How holy.
And when we accept it deeply into our heart, we accept it for everyone.
Yeah, this light's going to grow as we share, and we're willing to. I insist on being witness to the light and the peace and the joy that abides in my brother, because it's there to behold.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you for that holy instant.
Thanks, sis.
Thank you.
We've been on these light lessons for 3 days, but I have to say on the first day, I wasn't feeling so great. And now I'm feeling fabulous. These 3 days just flew by for me. Now I'm celebrating.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I'm celebrating with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Holy Family.
Thank you. We love you.
Very much.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.